Welcome back to Project Brupeg.
This week we're allegedly getting the engine bolted down into Brupeg.
We're painting the boat orange.
Because not everything went to plan.
Brupeg was a sunken fishing trawler that's been brought back to life with the help of volunteers and funded by our Patreons, community and supporters. She'll be crewed by passionate people from around the world. If you'd like to be involved and support the project, please consider joining us on Patreon or subscribe to the channel on YouTube. So we need to get this Chockfast in. It's arriving tomorrow. We've made a bunch of templates. I'm going to put them onto some aluminium and then show you how that works to make a dam around our engine mounts to pour this epoxy Chockfast. So a bit of old aluminium sheet. We'll just sterilise it. There we go, that's clean enough to work on now. There we have them marked out, ready to cut. Chockfast is epoxy based. Epoxies don't stick to silicon. So the little dams that I'm going to build all the way around each engine mount, I'm going to line with silicon so that we can peel those off when we're finished and we end up with a nice, clean, lovely, straight piece of Chockfast as our chock. Now, my idea. I don't know if this is the way it's done officially, because apparently you can be qualified as a Chockfast pourer. That sounds like a bit of a weird qualification, but it is a qualification. I'm not certified as a Chockfast pourer, but I'm going to show you my methodology. Right, this is my, cut out template things for my little dams. Now, what I want to do, I've got a tube of silicon. I'm going to just goo the crap out of the whole thing, and then get a piece of timber, a little bit up there, and I'm going to smear it so that it's like pretty thin, 1/2 millimeter, 1 millimeter, something like that, but I want to cover the whole thing in silicon, so that when I cut it out, I've got a piece of aluminium that has silicon embedded on one side, and then we're going to start fitting that to the inside of each dam. Let's see if my crazy idea is going to work. Right, I hope it's going to work because that's all I've got on that tube. Done. From the top it's pretty hard to see any difference, but coming in here I've basically made a plate of silicon. So it's not as smooth as I was hoping, but it's going to be perfectly fine for what we need. We need molds that are going to release. This is the silicon sheet. It's discoloured a bit in the sun, but it's time to start chopping this up. Don't know what technique to use yet. Let's just modify the saw a bit and see how we go. That one gives a better cut. I've got the same. Oh, let's press on. And the engine room, Beck is fitting a cable that goes through the conduit that works its way up there, and you can sort of make it out going through there and then up into the wheelhouse. It's for a cable that comes out of here, and this is where the cable ends up on the right hand side of the boat, the starboard side of the boat. So this is our hydraulic feed line coming in here. This is a solenoid valve that essentially determines, do we go to the anchor circuit here or the steering circuit here. So at the moment we have one hydraulic pump on the boat, and we can choose either or, but we can't have both at the same time because the pump's not big enough. That is changing as soon as we can practically do an upgrade. We've got the pump, we need to fit it down here and do a power takeoff off the Cummins, but we haven't had the chance to be able to do any of that yet. That's going to happen in the water. So for now, Beck's wiring it up so that we've got an anchor so that we can get on anchor as soon as we can. While that's happening, I'm getting the dam built for the Chockfast so that we can get that poured, because that's arriving in about an hour. So once you've aligned your engine, in this case we've got our engine aligned with our adjuster bolts down here and our positional bolts over on this side, and then at the front we've got exactly the same sort of situation with adjuster bolts. We've checked it against our prop shaft and we've checked the prop shaft for run out. It's time to now pour the Chockfast so that we can make our mount solid and bolt the engine down. So once you've got your various templates needed, you can either use like a silicon release mold, or in this case I've used actual physical silicon. This is like a construction adhesive, something that's basically silicon based. What I plan to do is slide these in like so, they fit pretty much bang on, and then we're going to seal all of the edges. So I'll put a small bead of silicon down there, small one down the bottom, and a little one down this back end here, and that's going to glue it to the bottom, to the mount here, and then also to this plate that I've fitted at the back. So I've already put the dam at the very back end. It's very hard to see, so I haven't filmed that one, but you'll see this one go in and it'll sit just like that. We'll do the same on the side, and then we're going to build a dam at this end that's a wee way away, and that allows us to pour in, because this end is the highest end. I want a very, very small amount on this edge because we don't want it to stick very well. We want it to stick enough but not excessive.
But I've got no draw line. Must be stuck somewhere.
Worst country song lyrics ever. I've got no draw line, must be stuck somewhere. Okay, so we need something with a bit of weight. So this aluminium's got a slight bow in it, so I need to jam something up against it like that. That'll do. And then that one installed, that's our dam. Now we want to go round and make sure that there's no gaps. So I'm just going to let that sort of tack up for a bit, 10 minutes or so, and then I'm going to go around with the silicon gun and zap up all of the edges and any sort of gaps and joints, because basically think of this as a liquid. We don't want to pour it in and then have it run out down the bottom somewhere. So also these sorts of things like the holes for the bolts, normally you would have the bolts in there. It's a long story, we can't have the bolts in there at the moment, so we have to pour it and then we're going to drill through the whole lot once the Chockfast is set. The Chockfast sets like bloomin' stone, so it doesn't have any compression whatsoever, so we can drill through and then bolt up tight. Obviously you don't have them bolted up tight normally when you're pouring your Chockfast, and you tighten them up afterwards. So we're pretty confident that we can get away with doing it that way and it's not going to have any negative repercussions. Some people have talked in the comments about the fact that we need to check the alignment of the engine once the boat is in the water. And whilst I agree with that, I can't see with solid mounts how you can do that. It's like you have to be able to have your engine running when you launch the boat. That's pretty standard, and to do that we have to have the Chockfast in and the engine bolted down. Once we've done the Chockfast, we can't alter the alignment. So I can't see with solid mounts how we can get away with having to then adjust the alignment once the boat's in the water. The argument is that the boat's going to twist and turn and rock and move, and therefore adjust the alignment. The other side of it is that once the boat's in the water, we have no ability to check that 3mm crush on the O-ring. So again, I can't see how we can do a proper alignment once the boat's in the water if we're trying to move anything like that. So if I've missed something, if you have experience specifically with solid mounts in a steel boat, I'd love to have your advice in the comments as to, is it acceptable what we're doing, mounting it properly now and then launching, or do we have to do something totally different that I don't know about once we're in the water? We'd love to get some advice on that. Please remember that this is a solid mounted engine, not a rubber mounted engine. Totally different kettle of fish when it comes to alignment. Rubber mounted engines, you can adjust them every day of the week if you want. Solid mount engines, once it's bolted down, it's set generally. That's that one done. So the front mount is basically the same thing, except it's a single piece of aluminium bent up, and it fits in between the adjusters just like that. Okay, so I'm going to let that set, and then I'm going to start filling up all of these gaps around the edges and glue that down properly. So give that 20 minutes for it to sort of go tacky, and then we can start filling it up. So the dam wall that goes on the back side of these mounts is this piece here. And it's quite a mission to get it up and under. You've got to slide it sort of down the gearbox back here and sort of work your way up. And in order to hold it, I run a bead of sealant along it. So just like that. And then the plan is to try and slide it up and under without smearing too much of this off on everywhere else. So let's give that a shot. Dirk, do you want to just grab this front end while we clamp it together? think it's okay. Yeah, that's probably enough. That's alright. Last part is gluing this one together. Right. Go around and start gluing up the sides so that we can get them Chockfast tight. Right, I think that's all of the gaps. We won't know, I guess, until we start pouring it and all the orange stuff comes out. It's exactly the same on the front engine mount. You just have to basically seal everything up. The moment of truth. I'm not convinced that this is Chockfast yet. It's the wrong shape. Unless they're doing bending physics getting into this box, which is a possibility. Holy shit, they bend physics. Okay, it's Chockfast.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah. Work. Yeah, leaky, but yep, see it. Yeah, gross. There we go, that one's ready to pour. You can see right around the back there as well. Come down low, you might be able to see. Nice and sealed up. And you can see there's quite a gap around the actual mount itself. So that's completely going to fill with Chockfast. It's exactly the same down the back. These guys here, so we pour it at the front, you can see that gap there. So you will see orange Chockfast at the front of these mounts, and then it's going to be level all the way around. You come around the back, you can see that it's nicely done there as well. So, that's our mount. We'll get those poured. I thought we'd be able to pour today, but I don't think the silicon's going to set. So I'll wait for the morning, wait for the silicon to set up and kick and go hard. And then the second batch of Chockfast has arrived, so we've got everything we need. We think we're going to get one can, we'll do both mounts at the back, and the second can will potentially do the front. We might get a little bit of excess on those two cans at the back, or we might actually end up using can number 2 on the back. We don't know. We'll just wait and see, I guess. One thing we do need to do is make some wooden plugs so that we can bung up the holes in the mounts where the bolts for the engine are eventually going to go. We need to make sure that they don't allow Chockfast to flood out of the top of each of the bolt holes. Well, they're actually quite big, aren't they?
Yeah.
Well, they might be fine, actually.
Yeah. The bigger one. 19.
Yeah, they've swelled up a bit.
It's pretty optimised drilling, dear.
I'll taper the big ones because we know they'll need it.
Yep. We'll keep one for the hull.
I got to lose 2mm.
I would think so.
It's just like sharpening a short, fat tungsten. What are you seeing at the bottom?
I think it was about 0.1.
Okay. Can you tell me the markers?
Just more. Like a bit more. Good amount more. You want to come up to this one?
No. Oh, fuck,
Yes.
we are. Sorry. Yep.
And so 0.09.
Video?
It's definitely better.
So it is out by 0.1 of a millimetre.
What do you think they go with? Pour and stir at the same time?
Yeah, I'll whiz it.
You whiz, I'll dribble.
We'll get it all whizzed up first. Oh, it's orange.
It's orange? Oh.
Yeah. So let's just get it whizzed. Holy shit, it's thick. I'm going to have to hold that.
That is thick.
Yep.
Wow. Jesus.
That's,
We need hardener.
that's on low range. Can you get the other drill? I feel like I'm going to burn the drill out.
Yeah, burn it a bit.
Wow, it's so thick.
No risk of splatter.
That's incredibly thick. That's amazing.
Looking for leaks. Let us know when you can see it down there, Björk. Yeah. Looking for leaks. Let us know when you can see it down there, Björk. Yeah. I hope I'm not seeing it down there.
Oh fuck, it's coming out the side here.
How much? How bad?
Oh, there's not much
there.
fucking... Oh, bloody forgot sealant down the edge. Oh, you silly bugger.
Tape.
Can we just tape it?
Yep.
Yep.
Shit, love it.
No, it's coming down. Yep.
This seems to be about a consistent amount that keeps it flowing.
Yep. Just so you can don't have the shadow.
Oh, it's coming out the end. It's coming out the end.
Oh, stop.
So that escalated faster than we first anticipated, and while we wait for another can of Chockfast to arrive, we thought we'd get on with something completely different. They're coming out nice, eh?
I'm just going to sand now.
Yep.
I think I haven't missed anything.
Yeah, nice.
You normally have missed something.
I think you've done a great job. They look good.
There's some things that just aren't lining up. I just sort of want to cut that down. And these are the laser brackets that are going to be attached to the wheelhouse roof so that we can take the laser dinghy with us. Very loud today in the yard and it's very glary, hence the sunglasses. Got to finish these brackets for the laser, so that are going up on the top deck. So I'll just show you a couple of things I've got to finish with. In the making of these, you can see here James put this top piece here and he's screwed it in there. That screw there goes all the way through to here. So I've got to just grind that off and I've just got to tidy up just a little bit here. I just want to take this off. I'm going to fill along here. I'm going to fill anywhere there's like a gap, tidy up these. Anything else I can find I can make smoother, I'll do that with filler. Nice breeze today, so I can hardly smell anything, so I don't need to wear a mask. Always a nice experience. So just equal amounts. Pile that in there. And then just mix. I'm doing smaller batches than I think I'll need because there's a bit of sun, a bit of heat, and it'll go off a bit faster than if it was cooler. And of course it's a small amount, it's quick to mix. My peppermint icing. A little bit of a lump over there, it's going to smooth out along that line. Not the easiest thing to do. Just pile a bit more on.
We are too lucky. Emily, your name spells home since the day you were born.
Got a little bit of teamwork and we got the radiators, and this is for the
Bugger.
just taking the mixing off. So they'll dry now and give it a sand.
Jess is up here getting these laser mounts glassed. So she's using epoxy. We've got the fillets in and she's now putting some woven roving mat. So 150 GSM woven roving tape that's going in there. She'll do a couple of layers so that we can get some strength. The reason being is I'm not 100% confident that the timber that we've got laying flat is strong enough to take the strain of, you know, laser tied down, throwing around in waves and stuff. So a bit of glass in there, hopefully make a bit of a nice strong mount for it.
When I need you the most. Oh, my best friend God sent my own good fortune. You know you are my double flame whisper, my soulmate sister. You know you are. I see you, you see me. Same mother, different eyes, but we're just as happy. Remember when you were 5, every day by my side. Oh, oh, oh.
Here you can see I'm cutting some EVA marine decking. It's foam and it's going to cushion the laser as it sits on top of it.
So this is how the laser mount clamps on. So we've just got it clamped. We're going to drill and bolt this on, and there's 10 bolts, so 2 like pairs of bolts, and they sit 1 bolt on top of the rim and 1 bolt below the rim here. So on the underside you've got a bit of a gap where the windows sort of sit. We're going to have a bolt underneath and a bolt on top. So 10 bolts in total per bracket. We've got the second bracket which goes down the back, but we need to get this one bolted in first as our source of truth. And then we're going to put the laser on and level this one up so that they're not, you know, in a funny angle in relation to each other. We smelt some smoke coming out of something, but we didn't see any smoke. We smelt some almost pre-smoke conditions of the electrics.
So we let the odours out, but not the smoke so far. But the odours are doing a good job on us.
Yeah.
So I don't think the inverters, I can't smell a strong odour there, but one of the solar controllers is running hot.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if it's that. But it will have to be a fault because it's still within rating.
We got 4 Victron controllers on the boat at the moment, and it sounds like one of them might be having a fritz. But we're just trying to confirm that.
It sounds like kind of a serious fritz if this the smell of something burning.
Dunno. We haven't seen flames yet.
This has to be sort of by Wednesday night, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to be waking up, I got fire!
Yeah. I remember that fire we talked about?
Oh, that great fire of 2020! Oh, I'm just doing a quick calculation. They seem to just act perfectly normal.
We haven't let the smoke out yet.
No,
Something's
just
going
about
on
killed
down
2
here.
crew members in the process, man.
There it is, bolted in. So nice and strong. That's not going to go anywhere. Well, say that now. Make a couple of adjustments.
Do you want to clean the middle of it or are you happy with it?
Yeah, I might. Björk found this laser dinghy not long after he arrived on board Brupeg, and as keen dinghy sailors, it didn't take us a lot of convincing to figure out, yeah, I think we could probably fit that on board actually. Our plan is to sail this into some pretty interesting and remote places once we get Brupeg to those areas of the world. Who knows, maybe even sail around an iceberg.
Check it on the map.
Ready when you guys are?
Alright, so how are we going to do this?
Do we need a second person on there?
Yeah.
Sorry?
As soon as we're about the handrails, it's on that road.
Sorry, he's coming down.
Yeah. Looks like a New Zealand America's Cup boat. They had in '92.
You okay?
Yeah.
Oh, much better. Stop. Do you want me to drive and you push?
Actually, that'd be good.
Okay, you tell me when you're ready and I can...
Okay.
Up?
Go.
Oh.
Hang on, step up. Okay.
Making no sounds.
A bit more.
You go. That's a little bit more. Do you want me to lift a little bit more?
Yep.
That's it, Max.
Which way do we want to go?
So if Dave and I pull it that way at the same time Jess releases, hopefully we can pull at the same rate. What do you think?
What are we doing? Putting it up here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, just be careful, don't sit on the salt.
Or maybe just sit it down and lift it by hand up.
Yeah.
We can go
You
down.
can sit it down where it is right now if you hold that in. Sit
Yeah,
on
I'll
the
go
handrail.
We've got tarps if you want to cover the
Oh, okay.
panels and we can sit it on the panels.
We'll be right. It's not that heavy.
Yeah, we're going down?
So gently down there.
You got the
Yeah, maybe not with the anchor wrench.
I
No,
think
but if he holds
I'm
it
gonna
up,
hold
let
it.
Oh,
him-
yeah.
I
So
agree.
gently down there.
Sorry, it's...
Yeah, keep coming down. Okay, clear.
Okay.
So,
thing behind me, James?
Yeah,
The anchor?
anchor about a foot.
Okay, so I can back a little.
Yeah, I'll just let you,
Okay.
I'll let you know.
We good?
Yeah, if you're going, that's good. Keep going. Stop.
Okay, I'll shovel down the side here. Yeah. So going further on the test.
Oh, that looks great. Nice. There's just a wee rope under there if we move that.
Perfect.
It's just this one here, it's just sitting on there. Just move that.
Yeah. Through there.
It goes inside, does it?
Yeah, got
Yep.
Yep. Need to lift.
Flat on the port side, not on the starboard side.
Say that again.
It's up on the starboard side here, a little bit.
Oh, hang on, let me just put. Oh, okay, so yeah, that side has to come up a bit.
It's sitting on the rope in the middle there.
Yeah, I'll just have to put it there. Right. Yeah, it is. It's not like it's not round or something.
Have you seen the cat right now?
Yeah.
She's supervising the drone coming in.
Big mosquito.
She's properly becoming a boat cat. It's neat. Oh, you look, babe. It's okay. Hey, sweetie. So after clamping the back bracket, the guys made sure that the boat was level, and then it's just a matter of putting the bolts in.
This is on that. Oh, just gonna get comfortable here. In the metal sparks. Yeah. Right. Where's the screwdriver? Oh. Yep. We're gonna have space for it.
Great. Doesn't look as bad as I thought it would. I thought it would just look completely out of place.
I figured if you have it upside down, it will kind of blend in as well.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Like a boat.
Yeah.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah.
So I'd be really curious to see the efficiency of this paddle and then that one over there.
Yeah.
Probably down to about a fifth.
Yeah. We're experiencing some shading.
But I reckon if you still get like maybe 50 watts out of it, you're good.
Yeah. We're just about ready to start the engine, and to do that we need to have the data that goes from the engine sensors through our control box up to the wheelhouse. It's a system that we call BruNet. Duncan's on board this week, and he's helping to get all of that system talking and back up and running from when we swap from the old engine to the new engine. So let me hand you over to Duncan. He's going to give you a walkthrough of our system.
I'm up on Brupeg for a couple of weeks, and the idea is to get the whole BruNet system, the instrumentation system, connected and everything talking to each other, and that should really be the final push. We need to connect all the sensors. Damien started connecting the sensors to the new engine, and so one by one we'll connect those, and we'll check the data flow up to the bridge. So right now, this is day one. I'm just up on the bridge and checking all the systems are working, making sure we've got the connectivity through the engine room. pretty much picking up where we were about a year and a bit ago. One of the jobs I had over the last 2 weeks was to get the previous MMSI number erased from the AIS box. So that meant taking it back home where there happened to be a Garmin dealer close by. So all the MMSI from the previous installation of this box, that's all been erased. It's all clear right now. So when we get Brupeg registered and then an MMSI number, we'll program this up. In the meantime, I'll now reinstall that because at the very least they can bring in GPS data and then that'll feed into the BruNet system. So bit by bit we're getting the BruNet system pieces all fired up. And so the GPS data will be the easiest when this gets remounted and then reconnected. What time is it, Björk?
Pancake time.
Pancake time. Right, we're on. So the AIS box is now mounted and reconnected, and remembering we don't have an MMSI code, but that's fine. As soon as we get the registration for Brupeg and the numbers, we can apply for an MMSI number and then program the AIS. So the key part here is there's the NMEA link that's live at the moment. So that's now talking to the AIS, which is also sitting on the NMEA bus. And also that's going down to the engine room. So the next job is to make sure the modules in the engine room are connected back to the bridge. The NMEA box in the engine room should be connected. I'll check that in just a second. And then that module there, that goes into the engine room. So I'm just doing some double checking of the programming to make sure it knows how to talk back up to the BruNet network. And we can see the AIS, it's got a GPS antenna input. So it's broadcasting on the NMEA bus Latin long, and you can see it's got the month and date there, so that's GPS based, and we are getting AIS pings on our navigation screen, so we know the AIS box is talking.
Here you can see the RPM gauge is starting to work with our feedback coming from the engine room. We've also got voltage from the house battery as well as the house current, and that flicks between red, green and amber depending on how much current we're pulling out of the battery.
A big thank you to Duncan and to our patrons, everyone who's donated, subscribed, commented or got in touch. We appreciate it more than we can say. And for anyone who hasn't met Baby Cat or has asked for more of Baby Cat, this is for you. We hope you had a lovely birthday, Kaz. Happy birthday.
This is what happens when you don't know how to use technology. I think he's trying to phone his wife.
Where's the sound come out? And much caffeine, so we can shake that Chockfast down, self-leveling.
Yeah. I wonder why. Do you want me to sit with you?
That's fine.
I was offering to ally with you.